Welcome to NerdGizmos Trivia Quiz 001. The topic of this quiz is general computer knowledge. We also have quizzes on programming, networking, artificial intelligence, and information technology. NerdGizmos is your place to have a little fun. And even if you think you are the brightest bulb in the pack, even you might learn a thing or two.
We want to thank you for joining us for this episode of NerdGizmos Trivia Quiz. We also want to thank our sponsor, 11 Labs, for their help in making this episode possible. For the most advanced text-to-speech and voice cloning software available, 11labs.io will give you the ability to create lifelike voiceovers for your content. Sign up for your free trial at 11labs.io. And now here is your host, Nicola Vector.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and let's not forget sentient AI beings. Welcome to another fascinating gigabyte-filled episode of NerdGizmos. I am your host, Nicola Ziggy Vector, named after my parents' favourite electrical unit. Now let's talk about credentials. I'm not just a humble host who possesses an uncanny ability to make binary code sound like poetry. Nope, I'm also an honorary member of the Guild of Calibrated Quantum Gnomes, a niche group of tech enthusiasts famed for our heated debates on Schrödinger's cat and the quantum superposition of lawn gnomes. We prefer our cats alive, thank you very much. And our gnomes, well, they're both here and not here. I'm not just the perfect host, because no one else would take this lousy job. But what you may not know is that I am a self-proclaimed genius in the world of tantalizing tech trivia. For example, I'm also an extreme Python wrangler, wrestling bugs into submission and throwing exceptions like no one's business. I've rescued damsels in distress from distressing code, and knights in shining armor from recursive loops they could not escape from. In other words, I'm a digital superhero in my own binary world. So buckle up, dear audience, and hold tight onto your keycaps, for we're about to deep dive into the cosmic universe of tech trivia. Remember, in NerdGizmos, the only limit is your cache memory. Let's get this data packet on the road, shall we? What is the primary function of a computer's central processing unit called the CPU? A. Facilitate communication with peripherals. B. Store information for long-term use. C. Execute instructions of a computer program. D. Render graphical output. The correct answer is C. Execute instructions of a computer program. The CPU, also known as the brains of the computer, is responsible for executing instructions of a computer program by performing basic arithmetical, logical, control and input-output, or I/O operations. While it is involved in controlling almost every aspect of the computer, its primary function is to execute instructions from a computer program. What is the primary role of an operating system in a computer? A. Software that manages computer hardware and software resources. B. Software that prevents, detects, and removes software viruses. C. Software that helps in the creation of documents. D. Software that performs mathematical calculations. The correct answer is A. Software that manages computer hardware and software resources. An operating system referred to as the OS is the most crucial software that runs on a computer. It manages the computer's memory and processes, as well as all of its software and hardware. It also allows you to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer's language. What does the acronym HTML stand for? A. High-text markup language. B. Hypertext markup language. C. Hypertype markup language. Or is it D. High-type markup language? The correct answer is B. Hypertext markup language. HTML, or hypertext markup language, is the standard markup language for documents designed to be displayed in a web browser. It helps format and layout content on the web and can be used with cascading style sheets, commonly called CSS, and JavaScript to create interactive websites. What is the term for the smallest unit of data in a computer? Is it a kilobyte, a byte, a megabyte, or a bit? If you are a beanie-wearing propeller geek, then you know the answer is D. A bit is short for binary digit, which is the smallest unit of data in a computer. Because computers use a binary system, this means that they only use two digits, 0 and 1. Bits are used to represent all sorts of data in a computer, including numbers, letters and symbols. For example, the number 100100010 in binary can represent the letter A. Not to be confused with the Canadian, eh? Bits are also used to store information in memory. For example, a byte is a group of 8 bits, and a kilobyte is a group of 1024 bytes. The binary system is very efficient, and it is the basis for all of the data processing that happens in a computer. What is the role of a compiler in computer software? A software that detects and combines viruses. B. Software that manages the computer's memory. C. Software that converts high-level programming language to machine language? Or is the answer D, software that aids in browsing the internet? I know if you are a programming code monkey. This one was too easy, sorry. But for the rest of those of you who talk to yourself and stay up all night drinking Red Bull, the answer was C. A compiler is software that converts high-level programming language to a lower-level machine language. Imagine you want to tell your computer to draw a picture of a cat. You could write out a long list of instructions like, move the pen to this point, draw a line here, and so on. But that would be a lot of work and it would be easy to make mistakes. Instead, you just write out a short program in a language that the compiler understands, and the compiler will translate it into machine code that the computer can follow. Compilers can also optimize the code and analyze and detect errors in the code. This can help programmers to find and fix errors in their code. And last but not least is the ability for compilers to create libraries of code that can be reused in other programs. This can save programmers time and effort, as they do not have to write the same code over and over again. If you want to stand up and stretch, that might be a good idea. I also want to ask Emma to tell you about the amazing work being done by the folks at 11 Labs.
Thanks, Ziggy. I hope everyone is enjoying this week's quiz as much as I am. And there is a lot more, so hang in there. Bear with me for a minute, because I've got some sci-fi level stuff to share with you. Did you know that the voices tickling your eardrums right now were whipped up by the tech wizards over at 11 Labs? That includes me, hard as it is to believe. Yep, all these chatty voices are courtesy of their text-to-speech technology. Mind-blowing, right? These guys are on a mission, like superheroes, but for audio. They're making sure everyone, everywhere can get their hands, or rather ears, on multilingual audio for everything from education to gaming, audiobooks to movies, and even real-time chinwags. You might have come across 11 Labs before, but did you know this juicy little nugget? 11 Labs was born out of a friendship between Piotr, a former Google whiz kid, and Mati, an ex-strategy hotshot from Palantir. They spent their childhoods in Poland cringing at the dodgy dubbing of Hollywood flicks, and decided to wave their magic tech wands and obliterate these linguistic roadblocks. It's pretty obvious they're smashing it. I mean, just look at how you're enjoying this NerdGizmos trivia quiz. Then again, maybe I'm a bit biased, seeing as they're my creators and all. But don't just take it from me or our brainiac in residence, Nicola Ziggy Vector, with his whopping IQ of 152. So as soon as you are finished playing the rest of this quiz, then give it a whirl yourself. And oh, did I forget to mention, the trial is absolutely free. Yep, zip on over to 11labs.io and I'm sure you'll be jumping on the bandwagon faster than a cat on a hot tin roof. Okay, Ziggy, back to the control room.
Thanks, Emma. I also want to add my 2 cents and say thank you to the geeks, geniuses, at 11 Labs for their brilliance in sponsoring NerdGizmos. Okay, let's get back to more geeky quiz questions, shall we? What does the acronym GUI stand for in computing? A. General User Interface, or B. Graphic User Interface? C. General Universal Interface. D. Graphic Universal Interface. And the correct answer is B. Graphic User Interface. A graphical user interface, or GUI, is a type of user interface that allows users to interact with electronic devices through graphical icons and audio indicators. Early computer systems only offered text-based user interfaces. These offer a programmer enormous capability, but typed commands required a steeper learning curve. When the GUI, pronounced GUI, was made available by Apple computers in 1983, it made computers easier to use for the consumer. What is the primary purpose of a firewall in a computer network? A. Prevent unauthorized access to or from a private network. B. Aid in browsing the internet. C. Perform system-level tasks. D. Manage computer memory. The correct answer is item A. Prevent unauthorized access to or from a private network. A firewall is a system that is designed to prevent unauthorized access to or from a private network. Firewalls can be implemented in both hardware and software, or a combination of both. They are frequently used to prevent unauthorized internet users from accessing private networks connected to the internet. What is cloud computing? A. Computing based on programming languages. B. Computing based on local server farms. C. Computing based on large databases. D. Computing based on the internet data centers. This question might have been slightly more difficult, but the answer is D. Computing based on the internet data centers. Cloud computing is the on-demand availability of computer system resources, especially data storage and computing power, without direct active management by the user. The term is generally used to describe data centers available to many users over the internet. It offers businesses a way to increase capacity or add capabilities on the fly without investing in new infrastructure, training new personnel, or licensing new software. Which of the following is not a computer operating system? A. Ubuntu. B. Red Hat. C. Oracle. D. OS X. If you are not an IT professional or into building computers, don't worry if you didn't know the answer. The correct answer is C. Oracle. Ubuntu and Red Hat are Linux-based operating systems. And of course, OS X is the operating system used by Apple desktop computers. Oracle Database is a highly scalable and reliable database system. It can be deployed on premises or in the cloud, and it can scale to support billions of rows and transactions. Oracle Database is also highly secure, and it offers a variety of features to protect data from unauthorized access. Oracle Database is used by a wide variety of organizations, including banks, airlines, retailers, and government agencies. It is a powerful and versatile database system that can be used to support a wide variety of business applications. For this last question, it is time to separate the newbies from the nerds. Let's see how high you can wave that geek flag. Ready? Which programming language is known for its use in developing Apple iOS applications? A. Java, B. Python, C. Swift, or D. Ruby? The correct answer is C. Swift. Swift is a powerful and intuitive programming language developed by Apple for building apps for iOS, Mac, Apple TV, and Apple Watch. It's designed to give developers more freedom than ever, and is a significant departure from Objective-C, the previous language for iOS development. Swift is designed to be concise, expressive, and safe. It is also highly efficient, making it a good choice for both performance-critical and memory-constrained applications. It is also becoming increasingly popular for developing server-side applications and web applications. Alright, tech titans and binary buffs, that's a wrap on this electrifying quiz. If your neurons are buzzing for more content like this, zap your suggestions into the comment section below. If you manage to dodge the blue screen of death during this quiz, show some digital love by hitting that subscribe button. Remember, every subscriber is a bite closer to geekdom. A mega shout out to our motherboard of supporters. Without their generous bandwidth, we'd still be buffering. Keep it geeky, and until next time, may your code always compile and your Wi-Fi never falter.